Welcome, everybody. Welcome to our Fireside Chat. I'm Aymeric Sarrazin. I'm the CEO of Siemens Advanta, and I'm very happy to have with me three MBA candidates to the Cambridge MBA that's going to share with me around what is the workforce look like in Society 5.0. So first of all, very quick. I mean, Society 5.0 is actually a pretty new concept coming from Japan. And if you don't mind, I'm going to actually read one sentence so everybody is on the same page with that. Yeah. So it's a concept that is as a guide to social development. It can have a profound impact on societies at all levels by proposing a deepening of the potential of individual technology relationship. So this is really basically learning how do we live in the future with technology to create a more sustainable world, so through a super smart society. So this is great, and for this, I am very happy to welcome Jiawa, Kshitij, and Alok, and then we'll go through questions like, how is digitalization shaping the job markets? How are the university preparing for this? How much can you plan? How much can you not plan? So to start with that, I have a number which I thought was, to be honest, crazy. So this is according to the Institute for the Future. And it says that 85% of the job that today's graduate will have in 10 years. So 85% of the job have not been invented yet. So they don't even exist yet. I mean, to be honest, I always knew about that concept, but I thought it would be like, 42 or 45%. I mean, it's 85%, which is basically everybody starting to work now. 85% don't know the job they'll do in 10 years. So I'll start with Alok on this one. How do you believe that digitalization is kind of shaping this market, is shaping a new world, basically, of working?
That's an interesting question, Aymeric. People are usually skeptical when it comes to words such as change or new. Digitalization brings in a fundamental change to how people interact with machines. But if we look at all other industrial revolutions, the only constant factors are change and human. We learn and we try to adapt to do things in a different way. And I assume that's the same thing that's going to happen in the near future. A lot of repetitive tasks on daily jobs will be offloaded to machines, but people will use that valuable time on other important aspects such as creativity, imagination, and innovation. Experienced workforce will use their time and skill sets to train AI models and draw insights from analytics to create meaningful work and to boost productivity and innovation rapidly. A lot of new products will be evolved. A lot of new designs will be made. AI can help people, can help companies to train their new employees to learn new technologies very, very quickly. Concepts such as shared workspaces, gig economies, and human cloud will be much more common. Companies may have to welcome their new employees not just with a laptop, but also with a new VR headset so that they can help them set up their own virtual working space. Companies must include innovation, collaboration, engagement, and motivation in their top action priorities list. Companies such as Siemens already do that, but this will be more like a norm in the future. And I also expect an increase in number of conversations around value, meaningful impact, and meaning created and satisfaction created at workplace. I'm really excited to see how the future will unfold.
This is awesome. What you say, by the way, it made me think about something is, there's a lot of talk when we talk about digitalization about dehumanization. Or, now the machine, this is, the Skynet scenario almost, yeah? So the question now, what you're saying almost is a rehumanization. You're saying that the task that is really data mining and this would be done automatically, will be done by AI, but we'll use the human more the analysis that would come up, right?
Exactly. So what I also feel is I was very fascinated with one of the TED talks about AI in 2017. That actually shaped my perception about my future career. So what happens is people have scientists have attached certain sensors to a car, to a race car, and drove the hell out of it for almost a week in deserts and try to create model which will be resistant towards the stress points, and then create a new model, complete new design of the car completely, which usually didn't doesn't happen with just a human touch. But it was designed by a human, but with it was augmented by a lot of technology and AI and understanding. So I feel with the new human and machine interaction, there will be a lot of designs are going to be changed, and it will be very interesting.
Very good. And by the way, this is interesting because it bring my second questions. So we know now that a lot of job in 10 years don't even exist today. So we don't know what it is. Yeah. I have another number that I brought with me, which is 80% of the youth, widely, I guess, defined, but okay, 80% of the youth report that they go outside of the formal school system to acquire the skill that they need for the job they want. Yeah. So this is very interesting to me because not only we don't know the job that we're going to have in 10 years, but even today, actually, people go 80% of the time not back to school, but actually at a different way to acquire new skills. And so, Jiawa, I wanted to pick your brain on this. How do you think university prepares students to actually deal with situations they know are not existing today? So how is that preparation? How universities say this is how you would be able to deal with something that we actually don't even know today?
Yes, I agree that universities have to prepare students to deal with situations not learned at school. And this is actually quite a normal situation because university education only provides a background information of a certain subject, and the people have to learn from career and grow. Firstly, I think university has to focus not only on the disciplinary knowledge, but also transferable skills, such as secondary research from database and journals, understand how to develop quantitative skills using Excel and the programming languages, also problem solving skills to break down complex questions into small parts. Secondary, I think teaching method of a university could gradually change from passive to active learning by incorporating projects, case studies, and self-learning from online subscription. And thirdly, it is university industrial collaboration would be a trend in the university education, and the firm could provide intern and placement opportunities, especially during the out of term time. And thank you.
No, I love this active learning concept, by the way. And just to follow up on that, do you get that if the university are actually successful to shift to this very active from passive to active learning, are they putting themselves out of business?
Uh,
Is actually this business, their own business model completely shifting with digitalization and the availability of data everywhere?
I think it will shift gradually, but currently, I think the major teaching method is still passive learning by lectures and seminars. But it is, I think, it's gradually shifting along the way.
Awesome. No, but thank you for that. And by the way, when you look at university, if we really focus now, and you guys are all in the MBA program of the Cambridge University, so and this is maybe you, Kshitij, to enter here and tell me, okay, I have to admit it's not obvious that MBA and digitalization is something that really goes together, right? When you say, I'm going to do an MBA, you don't the first thing you think about is not, oh, I'm going to be a digital guru, yeah. So tell me more about how does digitalization maybe change a type of MBA program, or on the other way around, how does an MBA program prepare to what digitalization is how digitalization is changing the world and changing the industry and the business world?
Yeah, I believe the MBA program worldwide have really embraced STEM, and they are started including STEM in their curriculum. Cambridge MBA already has been focused a lot on digital transformation, and we have a concentration specifically in digital transformation where we discuss methodologies and frameworks via courses like managing big data analysis, managing management science, where we are discussing statistics, digital transformation, uh, digital innovation. So these courses are mainly focused on handling the next generation digital innovation in the workforce. Uh, we are already working with companies like Siemens, Amazon, Google via our Cambridge venture projects and global consulting projects where the clients are based worldwide, and we are really helping them out understand their major pain points in terms of business strategies and digital strategies. And this is obviously very important in terms of the MENA context as well, as the focus has turned towards Industry 4.0. Latest example being the UAE, where Operation 300 billion has started really picking up.
So what you're saying, if I hear you, is you think there's two things that are changing in the MBA program with the change of digitalization in the industry. Number one is, even as an MBA student, you need to have an understanding of digital and of data. You don't need, you maybe not need to be a code guru, but you need to understand what is data and how to use data, right? I think this is the first thing that I took what you're saying, and this is the classes that are basically maybe a little bit new to an MBA program that was maybe more of a Master of Science program, and then I shifted as well to the MBA. And the other thing that you were saying is actually in terms of business, this digitalization, and you were saying the 300 billion program in the UAE, it's really a shift of business and society that as an MBA student, you need to make sure you understand, because you will guide decision to then implement that change in the society, right?
Definitely, if you look at the research, 45% of individual works in jobs are going to get automated. That also means 5% of the jobs are going to be lost to complete automation. So that really means there's an opportunity for next MBAs to learn this automation and the technologies so that they can work hand in hand with the technologies while they're delivering. Uh, so yeah, there's a great opportunities for MBA students and MBA programs to really use the digital transformation and the digital innovation in the next workforce.
Great, thank you for the thoughts. I mean, and now I have a last question that I have to admit is a little bit of an egoistic question. Yeah, as I was telling you offline before, Siemens Advanta is really about people, and the asset we have is how can we attract, how can we retain and motivate the best people. Yeah. So from your perspective, what would be your suggestions for hiring companies to hire the best talent for the upcoming workforce, for what will be needed in 5 to 10 years? What would be your advice to the hiring companies? And maybe we'll start with Java. If you have, maybe Lada would like to have the three of you kind of your perspective on this, but Java, maybe you can start us off.
Yeah, I think a culture open to growth mindset and open to diversity is very important. I think it will be great to encourage learning in the workplace and encourage rotational opportunities during the career. Thank you.
Super, thank you.
I
Alok?
can give my point. Yeah. With the whole COVID-19 situation, people have realigned their priorities. It's a different heartbeat right now. So I have always believed that you don't have to reinvent the wheel to make this world a better place. You just have to turn it the right way. Similarly, when new workforce or new employees try to find their meaning at work, the hiring companies can create an environment in the companies which can really empower them to and help them to find that meaning in work through flexible learning opportunities like pet projects or wellness programs or flexible work times. A lot of companies are doing that already, but the focus must be really, really intensified.
Awesome, thank you for the advice. And Kshitij?
Yeah, I would say focus on the digital aspect of it. So 71% of job seekers seek their job online, and 73% their first job, which they searched online. So it is becoming more and more important for companies to have a digital strategy, a digital hiring strategy, if I may say it that way, so that you're reaching the right talent. And also the right talent is reaching back to you by interacting with your employees, with your business heads. So it's important now to really embrace the two-way digitalization of hiring process.
Great. I will definitely, look at the recording of that, making sure that I can take that advice for my own organization. So this was we already are at the end. I mean, to maybe summarize quickly, my takeaway, and I think Jiawa, you just said it actually. I think my takeaway is all around growth mindset. We know everything is moving. We know everything is changing. We know, in 10 years, nobody actually know what's going to happen in 10 years. However, having a way that we can propose to people in companies a way to actively learn and to choose to learn, and the fact that we can have a culture that is around growth mindset, that we always want to be more and we always want to learn more, it's really the key to tackle this uncertainty and this kind of crazy VUCA world that is here today and will definitely stay for the next few years. So thank you, the three of you. It was a great interaction. It really helped me to actually have a lot of other ideas. I wish you the best. And for everybody in this world of still pandemic, stay healthy and stay connected. Bye.
Thank you so much, Aymeric. It was really
Thanks a lot.
Right.